Krrish is a 2013 Bollywood superhero science fiction film produced and directed by Rakesh Roshan. It is the third film in the Krrish series following Koi, Mil Gaya and Krrish. The film stars Hrithik Roshan, Vivek Oberoi, Priyanka Chopra, and Kangna Ranaut in the lead roles. The story follows the life of Rohit Mehra, a scientist, and Krishna Mehra a.k.a. Krrish, his superhero son, who face an elaborate conspiracy orchestrated by the evil genius Kaal and his female henchman Gaya. In the process, Krishna's pregnant wife Priya is kidnapped by Kaal and the form-changing Gaya takes her place at the Mehra home and eventually falls in love with Krishna. Krrish 3 was reportedly produced on a budget of $1.15 billion and was initially scheduled to release in a 3D format as a 3D film. However, due to lack of time to convert the film to 3D, director Rakesh Roshan mentioned that the film will be released only in the 2D format. Krrish 3 released worldwide on November 1, 2013. It has since received mixed reviews from film critics with praise directed towards Roshan and Ranaut's performances, the visual effects, and the cinematography. Criticism has been directed to the music provided by composer and the director's brother Rajesh Roshan, the story and screenplay. The film was declared a blockbuster in India by Box Office India. Plot: scientist Rohit Mehra lives with his son Krishna Krrish Mehra in Mumbai. Krishna is married to Priya, who works as a journalist for Untitled. Rohit works in a research institute for the Indian government, and Krishna, while moonlighting as the superhero Krrish, is regularly fired from various day jobs due to lack of attendance. Rohit is researching on a device that will bring life to dead tissues by the use of solar energy. Despite several attempts, he fails to complete the experiment due to the high intensity of sun rays. On a usual day, Krishna loses his job from the security wing of the company when he hears news about an airplane whose front tires are stuck due to some malfunctioning which creates high risk. Even if landed, it may explode and so will the passengers inside. Krishna immediately changes himself to Krrish and saves the plane from accident by holding the component to make tires free to roam. A few days later, Rohit hears about a deadly disease spreading in the African country of Namibia due to a virus whose antidote has not yet been discovered. He consults his friend Dr. Varun Shetty about the situation. Meanwhile, Shetty receives a phone call from Dr. Alok Sen, a scientist working for Kaal Laboratories, who insists on meeting him in order to reveal information about the virus and its antidote. Both Sen and Shetty are, however, murdered by Gaya, a shape-shifting female mutant. She is the henchwoman of Kaal, a handicapped evil genius who possesses telekinetic powers. Kaal creates a team of Mayanvas with distinct physical powers in order to cure himself but fails. Later it is revealed the virus in Africa was spread by Kaal himself to incur huge profits by selling its antidote, the singular source of which is his blood. Rohit discovers that the virus, which is fast spreading through Mumbai, has no effect on Krishna, the pregnant Priya or himself. He, thus, makes an antidote by using the blood from Krishna's bloodstream, which he spreads with the help of explosions. An enraged Kaal sends his mutants to attack Rohit and find out how an antidote was developed without using his own blood. Krrish manages to save Rohit, but Priya is injured and hospitalized. Krrish, however, manages to defeat the mutant striker. Gaya, carrying out Kaal's instructions, takes Priya's form while Priya is kidnapped by Kaal. In the form of Priya, Gaya leads Krishna to believe that Priya has lost her child, and continues to live with the Mehras. While finding the truth behind the antidote's formula, she develops an attraction towards Krishna. Failing to get answers about Frogman's involvement with the virus attack, Rohit travels to Singapore to seek answers from Dr. Sid and Ariya's partner, where he is kidnapped by Kaal's men. Meanwhile, Krishna discovers the true identity of Priya. Furious, he reveals himself as Krrish to Gaya and orders her to take him to Kaal's laboratory. Having fallen in love with Krishna, Gaya decides to help rescue his wife. At Kaal's laboratory, it is revealed that Kaal is Rohit's son, who was created by an experiment conducted by Dr. Araya while Ranaut was held hostage by him. The child was born handicapped, and was thus given away to an orphanage from where he was adopted by a wealthy man. Kaal uses Ranaut's bone marrow to successfully cure his handicap. Meanwhile, Kaal saves Priya and unites her with Krrish. She is, however, murdered by Kaal for her disloyalty. Kaal subsequently murders Krrish, and dons a metal suit. Deeply disturbed by his son's death, Ranaut decides to reuse his failed experiment to bring dead tissues to life in order to save Krishna. This time, however, he absorbs the excess energy himself. Though the process kills Ranaut, it transfers his powers to a revived Krishna. Meanwhile, Kaal threatens to destroy the city of Mumbai if Priya does not surrender to him. Krrish re-emerges and, after several unsuccessful attempts, manages to kill him using Ranaut's solar experiment. The film ends 6 months later with Priya naming their newborn son Ranaut, who also exhibits superpowers. Cast: Hrithik Roshan as Krishna Mehra / Krrish and Rohit Mehra. Ranaut is a professional scientist working in a government organization while Krishna Mehra is his son who moonlights as Krrish, a superhero. Vivek Oberoi is Kaal, a handicapped evil genius who exhibits telekinetic powers. He is the founder of Kaal Laboratory and the creator of Mayonnaise, a team of mutants made by fusing the serum of humans and animals. Priyanka Chopra as Priya Mehra, Krishna's wife and a journalist for Hrithik. Kangna Ranaut as Gaya, Kaal's female henchman who is created by fusing the serum of a woman and a chameleon. She is instrumental in Kaal's scheme because of her ability to take anybody's form whenever she wishes. She later falls in love with Krishna after taking the form of Priya. Arif Zakaria as Dr. Varun Shetty, Ranaut's scientist friend. Asif Basra as Dr. Alok Sen, a scientist working at Kaal Laboratories. Rajpal Yadav as Kapil Sharma, Krishna's friend and co-worker. Rakhi Vajan as Sharma's wife, Guha Khan as Striker, Nazia Sheikh as Cheetah Woman, Samir Ali Khan as Ant-Man, Shaiya Chauhan as Scorpion Woman, Daniel Kalb as Rhino Man, Sarkhan Khadekar as Minister, Nazia Ruddin Shah as Dr. Siddhandaraya Manish Bell as Kaal's adoptive father, Rekha and Priyati Zinta appear as Sonia Mehra and Nisha, respectively, in flashback scenes from Koi Milgar and Krrish. Production: the film was referred to as both Krrish2 and Krrish3 in media reports. Hrithik Roshan confirmed in an interview to Rediff.com that on similar lines as with the Rambo franchise, the film will be called Krrish3. Rakesh Roshan also clarified the title to Bollywood Hungama. In an interview, director Rakesh Roshan said, "I can't reveal the budget of the movie, but it has been a very costly film." The film was reportedly made on a budget of 1.15 billion. Red Chillies VFX, a subdivision of Shah Rukh Khan's motion picture production banner Red Chillies Entertainment, worked on the special effects worth 260 million for Krrish3. The filming process was completed in June 2012, and then the VFX team started their work. Filming. Principal photography began on December 1, 2011 with Vivek Oberoi, Kangna Ranaut and Priyanka Chopra. However, Hrithik Roshan did not participate in the first schedule due to a back injury. The primary location of filming was Film Eastern Studios at Mumbai. Actress Shaiya Chauhan had an accident while shooting for the film in Hyderabad, due to which the film had to face some delays. In August 29, 2012, it was reported that the makers had decided the superhero to indulge in the action sequences in snowy terrains. So, some part of the film was shot in Alps, Switzerland. Filming also took place in Jordan where a song featuring Roshan and Ranaut was shot. Rakesh Roshan stated in an interview that the shooting of Krrish3 was completed by June 2013 with the VFX took 1.5 years to complete, with the last of them coming on October 22, 2013, just 10 days before the release of the film, with each and every VFX action sequence undergoing a revision of 40 to 50 times before inclusion. Casting. Following the success of the previous installments, Director Rakesh Roshan planned to develop a second sequel to the franchise, with Hrithik Roshan playing the protagonist again. He had penned the script, but had to rework it as the storyline was too similar to the Hollywood blockbuster Spider-Man 3. Priyanka Chopra was later confirmed to reprise the role of Priya. In this film, she will be seen married to Krishna Mehra. Next, Chitrangada Singh announced her inclusion in the project as a mutant but left the film due to unspecified reasons. Later on, Jacqueline Fernandez was signed but she later on backed out of the film due to a lack of dates. It was reported that actresses Nargis F. a.k.a. Hrithik, Esha Gupta and Bipasha Basu were to replace Fernandez. Finally, Kangna Ranaut was confirmed to play the role, who coincidentally was originally offered the role. Rakesh Roshan had earlier revealed to media that the main antagonist of film would be as powerful as the hero. After talks with Ajay Devgn and Shah Rukh Khan fell through, Vivek Oberoi was eventually cast for the role. In an interview with Bollywood news service, Oberoi said, "Kaal is contrary to my nature. I'm very friendly and Kaal isn't," and added, "He has anger and vengeance burning within him. He hates humanity. To express these emotions through my eyes was difficult." In January 2011, Lakshmi Manchu claimed to have been offered a role in the film as the antagonist's girlfriend. Its overseas distribution rights were sold to Eros International while Rakesh Roshan retained rights in Mumbai. There was also initial speculation that Rakesh would play a major role in the film, which was later denied as a rumor. Design and costumes. For the cast's costumes, Rakesh Roshan involved with designer Gavin Miguel. Roshan wanted light and flexible costume to allow Kangna Ranaut to do her stunts without any restrictions, where he stated she has a lot of toughness in her personality. So instead of looking at feminine superheroes for reference, I looked at Batman. It took 3.5 hours to apply Ranaut's makeup every day. Oberoi is dressed in metal suit weighing around 28 kg, which required about €3 hours and 7 to 8 workers to fix on body. Soundtrack. The songs of the film are being composed by Rajesh Roshan at Krishna Audio, whilst the background score is being composed by Salim Sulaiman. The music rights of the film were acquired by T-Series for $60 million. The full soundtrack album was released on September 18, 2013 with music composed by Rakesh Roshan. Marketing. Promotions for the movie started post-July 2013 and the first look of Krrish 3 was unveiled online. Response for the poster was quite enthusiastic from the audience. The first trailer video was published by filmmakers on their official YouTube channel on August 5, 2013. It received more than 2.3 million views at YouTube within its first day of release and thereby surpassing the record held by Jab Tak Hai Jaan of 1 million views in one day. Krrish 3 trailer became the most watched Bollywood trailer on YouTube with 12 million views within 2 weeks, even eclipsing the trailers for such Hollywood superhero blockbusters as Thor and the Avengers. Press reaction has been positive to the teaser trailer, with many stating it echoes the look of recent superhero movies from Hollywood such as Iron Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man and Man of Steel. Author of Bollywood, An Insider's Guide, Fad Omar wrote on his blog that such comparisons were unfair given they were based on comic books and intellectual properties that had been developed over decades. He commented that Krrish was very much an original character created by Rakesh Roshan and developed by Filmcraft, and so the film and character deserved credit for setting a new standard for an original superhero which has not been seen elsewhere in the world. He also stated that no other filmmaker in India or elsewhere has managed to achieve what Rakesh Roshan and Hrithik Roshan have in completely creating a new character and comes out with a hugely successful franchise that is original and has fueled a fanfare similar to those of comic book heroes, yet with Krrish's story still being written with each film. Krrish 3 was the first Indian film to launch its own official Facebook emoticons as part of promotion. An official Krrish 3 game was launched for Windows smartphones, tablets and PCs. The game was developed by Hungama Digital Media Entertainment and Game Shastra. Release. The film was previously expected to release on November 4, 2013 but was brought forward to a November 1, Diwali release. Krrish released in over 4,000 screens worldwide and nearly 600 screens in key circuits overseas. The film saw its release in around 750 screens in the South India. Particularly in Andhra Pradesh, Krrish was shown in over 425 screens, with the highest being in Nizam, where released in more than 175 screens. The film was dubbed in Tamil and Telugu for release in South Indian states. The distributors of the film released the film in 150 to 200 screens in the TN and Kerala circuits. The satellite rights were sold to Sony Entertainment Television for 400 million. Controversy. Uday Singh Rajput, a writer from Sagar district in Madhya Pradesh, moved the Bombay High Court alleging copyright violation of the script of Krrish and seeking a stay on the All India release of the film and claiming 20 million compensation. But, the High Court refused to grant relief to a writer. There was also a media-built controversy about who was the main actress of the film, Kangna Ranaut or Priyanka Chopra. There was a large dispute over the domestic box office collections of Krrish with accusation of inflating the collections, including dubbed Telugu and Tamil versions, by almost 600 million. Some reputed trade analysts stated that the collections published in trade websites like Bollywood Hungama and Koi Moi, which were being shown as net, were actually gross. Box Office India stated that the domestic net of the film, including Tamil and Telugu versions, was 1.88 billion. On January 7, 2014, after being miffed over the alleged inflated collections, Hrithik Roshan maintained that Krrish had done a business of about 2.44 billion in India and around 550 million overseas. Critical reception. India, Krrish received positive to mixed reviews upon release. Tarun Adarsh of Bollywood Hungama gave the film 4.5 out of 5 stars and stated that the film has all the ingredients that make a splendid superhero film, besides being Rakesh Roshan's most accomplished work so far. Madhuritra Mukherjee of Times of India gave it 4.5 stars while commenting, for sheer vision, bravado and superlative execution, this one soars to new orbits. Latch onto this cape for an exhilarating ride. Radhika Tandon of Filmfare awarded it 4 out of 5 stars, remarking, hats off to Rakesh Roshan for dreaming big and actually pulling off this risky proposition. It's not perfect, but it has all the elements a good, entertaining film must have. All you Marvel superheroes, better watch out. Krrish is here to stay. Anupama Chopra of the Hindustan Times gave it 3.5 stars and said, filmmaker Rakesh Roshan deserves a round of applause for giving us a homegrown superhero. Krrish is ambitious and exciting. Sarita Tanwar of DNA gave it 3.5 stars and wrote, Krrish is fast-paced and the VFX effects are smashing. Rohit Kailnani of India Today gave it 3.5 stars, noting, the only part where the movie dips is during the songs. The music sounds too dated for this action-packed film. The professional review by the Critic Board of Box Office India magazine found Krrish an industry-defining event movie, stating, Krrish is not only a big film but transcends expectations. The film makes you proud how far we, as a film industry, have come. It also makes a bold statement that our industry is at par with Hollywood when it comes to special effects. Rakesh Roshan has incorporated everything a Hindi scene-goer could hope for in this production. It is commercial cinema at its best, with exquisite flavors of action, drama, emotion and thrills. And stitching it all together as content that provides a wide enough canvas that has something for everyone in every age group. Ray of Mazand of CNN-IBN gave it 3 out of 5 and stated, I'm going with 2.5 stars for the film, and an additional half star just for Hrithik Roshan, which makes it 3 out of 5 for Krrish. The film is ambitious but flawed. It is, however, consistently watchable for its terrific lead star who you can't take your eyes off, even for a moment. Sukanya Verma of Rediff.com gave it 3 out of 5 stars, while adding, Krrish is outrageous mishmash of Bollywood sentimentality meets E.T. meets Superman meets X-Men with set pieces, Sound design and the screenplay structure liberally borrowed from Hollywood's imagination. Aparnamudi of Z News rated the film 3 stars saying, "Krish 3 feet has all the elements of an entertainer and a lot of potential to have given some serious competition to Hollywood flicks." Sabal Chatterjee of NDTV gave the film 2.5 stars stating, "Krish 3 is, for the most part, impressively ambitious and dazzlingly competent, if not always riveting." Karanan's Human of Mumbai Mirror gave it 2.5 stars and stated that Krish 3 is a film for kids. Moar Basu of Koimoi gave it 2 stars only and stated that Krish 3 has absolutely no screenplay with poor acting and over-the-top dialogue. Shubhra Gupta of Indian Express gave it 2 stars out of 5. Mia Fadnavis of First Post stated that Krish 3 is the most superficial components of X-Men, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man and even Shaktiman stuffed together. Paloma Sharma of Rediff.com panned the film, and gave it no stars saying, "Krish 3 is astonishingly eager to entertain with its stock of doodads that should amuse if not endear." Overseas, Muhammad Kamran Jawad of The Dawn gave Krish 3 a rating of 3/5 stars stating that so most of it is tiringly cliché copyright D, ripped off from Marvel and DC Comics and stick-glued together. It is startling when director Rakesh Roshan's underlying Bollywood emotionalism compensates the flimsiness of the awkward superhero element from his last film. He closes by saying that the film is family-friendly stereotypical entertainment. David Shute for The Variety applauded Krish 3 as a charming Bollywood superhero movie from a different perspective and applauded the heart and upbeat spirit of the movie for not being an audience-pummeling industrial product like most of Hollywood's superhero films. He loved the way Krish 3 has the offhand, anything is possible spirit of a children's book or fairy tale. Lisa Tsring writing for The Hollywood Reporter gave the film a negative review saying that the musical's superhero extravaganza is too scary for young viewers and too long-winded for everybody else. She continues that the effort is admirable and the effects are certainly adequate, but can't compensate for uninteresting, drawn-out action scenes. Childish logic and uneven acting, especially by Hrithik Roshan, who as Rohit mouth breathes and toddles around with his head cocked to one side. Worst of all, the movie is devoid of that one secret ingredient that makes audiences love superhero films, it just isn't cool. Box office, Krish 3 had a final worldwide gross of $3 billion from all its versions. India, Krish 3 opened to magnificent response across the country in multiplexes with more than 80% occupancy as well as around 90 to 100% attendees at single screens. According to Box Office India, first-day collections of all versions were estimated at 204 million. The film net grossed around 188 million, with its undubbed versions have collected approximately 15.0 million net on the first day. Krish 3 grossed 151 million net on its second day. Box Office India estimated the first weekend collection of 530 million, with around 495 million net for its original version, while the dubbed versions grossed another 45 million net approximately. The film also recorded the sixth highest opening weekend worldwide as it collected 920 million gross. The first Monday business of the Hindi version was estimated at 315 million, taking its four-day total to 805 million and set a new record for the highest single-day collection ever, overtaking the previous record held by Chennai Express. Krish 3 collected around 205 million net on Tuesday to take five-day total past 1 billion to 1.0125 billion net. The film net grossed around 130 million on Wednesday, taking the six-day Hindi version total to 1.1425 billion. The film, in the first week. The film net grossed 75 million on the second Friday. Krish 3 collected around 105 million net on second Saturday, and 130 million on second Sunday to take the Hindi version net total to around 1.53 billion in 10 days. The film's Hindi version earned around 42.5 million net on its second Monday, 37.5 million on Tuesday, $35 million on Wednesday and $35.5 million on Thursday to take its two-week domestic total to $1.65 billion net. The second week thus collected $429 million for the Hindi version of Krrish. Krrish grossed around $70 million net in third weekend to take its Hindi version total to almost $1.72 billion net in 17 days. The Tamil and Telugu versions added a further $100 million net approximately in 17 days to take overall total to $1.82 billion. Krrish grossed $1.74 billion net with its Hindi version after the third week. The fourth week collections were $25.4 million, taking the Hindi version's total to around $1.76 billion. According to Box Office India, the Hindi version earned $1.78 billion lifetime with the dubbed versions of the film net grossing $100 million, taking the total to $1.88 billion in India. The lifetime domestic distributor share of the Hindi version was $985 million. Overseas, Krrish did well overseas as it collected around $3.85 million in its first weekend. The film grossed $6.9 million overseas in 10 days. It grossed $7.8 million abroad after 17 days. The film earned $8.5 million overseas as of November 26, 2013. Notes. See also, Science Fiction Film of India, List of Bollywood films of 2013, Krrish, Koi. Mil Gaya, references. External links, official website, Krrish at the Internet Movie Database.